Hello friends, Tony here, welcome. Now in this video I'm going to create a Vue project and also create a Vue modal. And we are going to use also the VueUse, the on-click outside. So when we click outside, we are going to close the modal. Now here, also on the Vue, I'm going to search for teleport and use the teleport. So teleport is a built-in component that allows us to teleport a part of components template into a DOM node that exists outside the DOM hierarchy of the component. Okay, so let's open the terminal, and yeah, as always, we need to zoom it. And also here, I'm going to open Title in CSS. Let's get started, and let's go to Framework Guides, and here we're going to use Vue.js. So let's copy this command to create a Vue project. I'm going to cd first the herd directory, and then let's name this Vue model. Okay, so Vue dash model, hit enter. Okay, now let's cd the Vue modal, and we need to run the npm install. Then we need to install the title CSS, post CSS, and auto prefixer. So let's copy that. Let's paste it here, hit enter. And also npx title CSS init to create the title CSS config file. Hit enter. Okay. Then we need to add these 2 lines, the title config file. So let me clean this and open the project with a VS Code. And let's go to title config, and on the content array, let's paste these 2 lines of code. Close this one now. Then we need to add the title base components and utilities, the style.css. So inside the source directory, we have this style with the select all, and just paste these 3 lines of code. And we are okay. We just need to run the npm run dev and good to go. So I'm going to open the terminal in here and say npm run dev. And let's open the localhost. Okay, so here is the project. Now let's open the app.vue, and yeah, we're going to remove everything we have in here, and also the styles. And for now, I'm going to add, for example, a h1 with some classes. And let's say, come see, yeah. So the title CSS works correctly. And also we can open here the console. But now, if I add here the teleport, so let's say teleport, and we need to specify where to teleport this. So for example, I want to say teleport hashtag teleport target. So the ID of the element, and we need to close the teleport also. And here, for now, I'm going to say just h1 with the same classes, but here I'm going to say hello world from teleport. And let's save this. Now we have a warning here. I'll allocate the teleport target with selector hash teleport dash target. And for that, we need to go to index.html. Here we have this div with ID up, and here is going to render our Vue.js project. Now, if I add another div, and I'm going to say the ID is going to be teleport target. Okay, now the h1 here is going to be rendered in this element. Okay, so let's open here, and yeah, as you can see, we have the hello world from teleport. And if I inspect this one, you can see we have this a div, and let me just zoom it for you. We have this a div with ID app, and then we have this div with ID teleport, which is going to render this hello world from teleport. Okay. Now in here we need to render the modal. For that, let's go to components, and I'm going to rename this modal, for example. You can name what you like, and let's open. I'm going to select everything and remove, and just add the template for now. And here I have added a div with some classes, so absolute inset, and you can pause the video to see the classes, and a slot. Now let's use this on the app. I'm going to close the index.html in here. So I'm going to import first the component, so import the modal view, and then in here, let's say modal, and because on the modal we have added the slot, I'm going to open and close the modal and say h1 hello from the modal. Okay, let's save this, and now let's see. Yeah, here we have here the modal hello from the modal, and if I inspect this, we can see that this is rendered in this div with ID teleport target, not in the div with ID app. Now let's create the logic to open and close the modal. So for that, I'm going to go to source directory, and here create a new directory for composables. And in here, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to say name this use modal.ts, but you can use what you like. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the ref from Vue first, and then I'm going to create a constant, and I'm going to name it this show modal, and I prefer to use also the state here, which is going to be equal with ref false. So based on this state, we are going to show or hide the modal. And then I'm going to export a function, and I'm going to name it use modal, and what we're going to return here is the show modal state, and also I'm going to return the not toggle modal, but let's say show modal. This is going to, let's close this. This is going to say show modal state value to be true, and also the close modal, which is going to say show modal state false. When we call this show modal, so it's going to change the value of this show modal state to true, and when we call this close modal, is going to say false. Let's save. Yeah, I don't prefer this, so I think we are okay. In this way. Good, more clean now. Now let's use this use modal composable on the app.vue, and with the import app here, so import the use modal from ./composables/use modal. Okay, and then just let's create a constant modal to be equal with use modal, and we need to call that. Okay, now we have the modal here, which right now is showing by default. So if I refresh, yeah, I'm going to show this only. So if the modal, and we have the show modal state, because we have returned there. So if I open the use modal, we have returned the show modal state, and I'm going to show that only if this is true, and we need to access the value of that. Save, and now if we see, yeah, by default is hide. If we change that to be by default true, save, now we see that. Okay, back to false, and let's go to app.vue. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go down there after the teleport, and I'm going to create a button here. So button, and when we click to this button, what I want is to call the modal show modal. Okay, so on the use modal composable, we have this show modal, and I'm going to call from here. Now, if I save and let's open the browser, refresh, we have this show modal. Just let me add some classes here. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, now let's click here. We show that. I'm going to add also another button in here to close the modal. So let's copy this, and here I'm going to add another button. Just change this to be a close modal. And also, let's say close modal here. Save, come here and refresh, show modal. Click outside nothing, click inside nothing, click on close modal, it's going to close. Okay, now let's open the VueUse, VueUse.org. Let's get started here, and first we need to install the VueUse core. So I'm going to copy that and open the terminal and paste that in. Hit enter. Then here I'm going to search for on click outside. So first we need to create to import the on click outside, create a target, which is going to be ref null, and then target the element, add the ref to the element we want to target that. So let's copy the import here, and we want to go, so let's open the modal, and on the modal component, I'm going to add here a script, setup. I'm going to paste that in, or we don't need the long type script. So import the onClick outside, and then create a constant to be target, or you can name it what you like, equal with a ref from Vue, and initially is going to be null. Okay, and then here I have added the ref target, as you can see, on this div with the role dialog and area model.true. And now let's copy this. So here we call the onClick outside, we pass the target, and then we get the event, and I'm going to console log the event here. Okay, so let's open the localhost. Also, let's open the console. Now let's show the modal, click on side nothing. If I click outside, we have we console log the event. Okay, now instead of console log the event, I want to close the modal. And I'm going to use the emit here, const emit to be equal with, and use the define emits. And I'm going to say only the name close modal. It's okay. Now, instead of passing the event here and console log that event, I'm going to say emit and pass it the name of the emit, which is the close modal. I'm going to save this, and now let's go to app.vue. Here, when we have added the modal, we are going to listen also for that emit. So let's say close modal. What we are going to do is just call the modal.close modal, and let's save and let's see now. Refresh. Okay, show modal, click inside, nothing, close the modal with a button. Good. Show modal, click inside, nothing. If I click outside, it's going to close the modal. Show the modal, close the modal. Okay. The last thing, I'm going to open the Vue website and let's search for transition. And let's use the transition. So here is how we can do that. But what I want is to copy this v enter active and v leave active. So we have this fade. Okay. And let's add on the app.view, I'm going to add style. And let's close and paste that inside, save. And then I'm going to grab this modal. So let's cut and use the transition. Paste that in, it's saved. And now let's see if we open the local host, refresh just one more time, open the modal. As you can see, we have this transition, close the modal, okay, open the modal, close the modal. Okay friends, that's it all about this video. I hope you enjoy, and if you like such videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best.